Hello and welcome. My name is Coach Leo, and today I want to show you an example hand on 2NL, the lowest limit in poker. This is on GG Poker, and this is a very interesting hand. So let's show the hand and go through it, why I did what I did. I got dealt 9-6 suited in the small blind, and we're gonna see what the action was. The early position player folds. Middle position player folds, the cutoff min raises, and the button calls. Now it's my decision, and I cannot click it. I cannot click the players now, but when I'm live in the game, I can click their name, and I can see roughly how they play on certain stats. And you can also see that they play a lot of hands, because the 40 and the 31 is how much percent of their hands they are playing. And once you click a player, you can see that how much they steal. Now, both of these players steal around 80% of the time. So that means that if nobody had opened yet, they will do that 80% of the time from these two positions. So 9-6 suited is not a great hand, but because I looked that up on the table, I just play one table, so I can notice more about my opponents. That's why I decided to 3-bet here. And my goal was to just take the pot now. I don't hope they will call, because I'm out of position and I don't have a great hand. So I just thought if they steal 80%, then there's a likely high chance that they can fold against a 3-bet. But instead, both players decided to call. Now the flop comes. It's 10-8-3. It's rainbow, that's how you call it. There are not two suits of the same. So yeah, not many straight draws are possible, although we have one, because with a 7 we have a straight. So that makes my decision. It is dry, but I decided I would check here, because yeah, they can have a 10. That's likely what they could call with, or a low pocket pair. Maybe they don't fold really well. And against two players, you don't want to bluff a lot. So my goal was to take the pot right away, pre-flop. That wasn't accomplished, then I slow down, because you are against two players. I am out of position, so you don't want to build a big pot with not a decent hand out of position. So, but the cutoff bets very low amount, and the button calls. So yeah, maybe he thinks he can pick up the pot very easily by betting a small amount. But I do have inside straight draw by, if I hit a 7, or maybe a club comes on the turn, then I have a flush draw too. So I think with this small amount of bet, and with him calling, I have great odds to call here once. So that's what I decided to do. I call, and another 10 comes, but the club. So I now have a flush draw and an inside straight draw. So our 7 or a club is what gives me a flush or a straight, and possibly wins the hand. So then again, it's my turn first. That's why this is not a great position, because I'm out of position. I have to decide first what to do, and it's still the same as on the flop. I don't want to build a pot against two players. Likely I cannot bluff them out of the hand. Maybe someone hits a 10 now and it has a set of 10s or trips, and I still need to hit my hand. So I decided to check again and hope that they don't bet too much, so I can call the river, call to see the river. The cutoff checks, and the button decides to bet a small amount. Now that's what I hoped for. I can now call to see a 7 or a club with a flush. I call, but now Klabauter, nice name, is re-raising, so it indicates that he might have the 10, and this is not a spot where beginner players don't make a check raise on the turn as a bluff. They usually have it, but because he calls also, I only need to pay 60 cents to yeah, be able to win around $3. Plus, if I hit on the river, I could both take them all in maybe. So I decided to call here to hit a 7 or a club, and we hit our 7. So that's a very nice card. You don't see this straight. The opponent may miss that this completes a straight. So, but now it's my turn to act first, and yeah, you could say check and hope they bet, but now I do hit, so I want the money in. I decided to go all in, and they both call, and they both have a 10, and me winning a nice pot, which you could say what looks at first not a great play, but I hope with my explanation it makes more sense of how I would play the hand and why you sometimes can play this hand, which to other players it might usually be just fold, fold, fold. That's what I wanted to show you in this video. I won a nice pot on 2NL. You might say 1-2 cent, you can't win a lot of money with that kind of stakes and just with one table, but because I played one table, I noticed this option to do that, and it won me around $4. So yeah, you would say it's nothing, but on a 1-2 cent table, that's pretty good to win a 2 buy-in for your level. So this is to the beginner players, that there's a lot more possible than just look at the chart, play your hand, and that's it. That's what I wanted to show you. If you'd like to learn more, then leave a comment, because I will be doing a webinar and making a course. If you are interested, let me know. And you will do that by subscribing, hitting the notification bell, and leaving a comment that you would like to join the webinar. So I want to thank you, and good luck at the tables.